Got a great show tonight. It's John Myers. Hey, everybody. Gotta have my notes. It's John Myers from the Kicker Unmasked Studios. Gotta have my notes. Alternator. Hey, everybody. We have fun. Hey, everybody. Hit like and subscribe. Right here, right now. It's John Myers. We like to give stuff away. Alternator. Post some more pictures. We got to thank Steve and Becky live from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Don't forget Texas Roadhouse right here, right now. Hey, everybody. Don't forget right here, right now. We have got a great show tonight. Hey, everybody. Had a great dinner tonight. It's John Myers. Right here, right now. Had a great dinner tonight. So, hey, everybody. So, housekeeping. Had a great dinner tonight. So, alternator. Housekeeping. Housekeeping. 7:30 on Tuesday night. Housekeeping. From the Kicker Unmasked Studios. Housekeeping. Right here, right now. Hey, everybody. So, it's John Myers. Hey, everybody. It's John Myers from the Kicker Unmasked Studios. Hey, everybody. From the Kicker Unmasked Studios. It's John Myers. Right here, right now. We have got a great show tonight. Hey, everybody. We have got a great show tonight. It's John Myers. Hey, everybody.
Right here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being with us. It must be 7:30 on Tuesday because it is another edition of Unmasked. And tonight we have a very special guest, Mr. Donnie Babb. He is here in the studio. Now, this is actually his third time in studio. That's why I say he's a very, very, very special guest. Now, Donnie Babb, he does something really cool when he comes to visit. He actually brings gifts. This is the gift that he brought, I think it was 2 visits ago. This is a complete set of flatware with the Kicker logo and, of course, the Slamology logo. So what does he do this time to up the ante? Well, this time he brings us these fantastic, actual stainless steel a cooler, like a swell cooler. No, not a cooler. I don't know, a beverage container, let's say. So he brought these for us tonight, and the only thing missing now, of course, is steak knives. Speaking of steak knives, so what did we have for dinner tonight? Well, of course, we had Texas Roadhouse. And that means we had dinner with our buddies. That would be Ernie, who is running the switchboard. And then we've got JW, who's running the internet. And of course, Bill, who is running the social. And my good friend, Stephen Bambro, you know what he's running? His mouth. And the cameras. But yes, so Stephen's running his mouth and the cameras tonight. And he's already drawn some images. You guys can't see them, of course, because they're back behind the cameras. But he's already drawn some images there. And he's trying to make me laugh, which will probably work. So we're going to run a couple of commercials, and I want you to take note, special note of these commercials. These are special commercials tonight, and we're going to talk a little bit more about them in just a minute. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Pre-registration ends May 17th for the 21st Annual Slamology Automotive and Music Festival, presented by Sky High Car Audio, GageMagazine.com, and co-sponsored by Kicker Performance Audio. Once again, pre-registration ends May 17th, so save money and go to slamcar.com right now and register your ride.
Kicker bullfrogs are waterproof, dirt-proof, and drop-proof. Feeling froggy? Hop online to kicker.com and see the entire family of Bullfrog products, or visit your nearest Kicker retailer to get yours today.
Welcome, Mr. Donnie Babb.
Thank you for having me again.
There is no S on Babb.
There's not. It's
I now know that.
B-A-B-B. Boy, apple, boy, boy. You would not believe how many times a day I say that.
Yeah, well, you had to correct me a few times last time, so
Yeah, no,
now
you're
I
fine.
got it down.
Yeah.
So during dinner, we were talking about that Bill Frog commercial. You'd never seen that before.
I had never seen that. And I always wondered where Bill got his Bill Frog nickname from. So I learned a little bit of everything came together tonight. So it was nice.
So we have something extra special. In Bill Frog's honor, we have the, I guess we call it the blooper reel of the commercial.
That's what we were calling it earlier,
Yes,
for sure. I don't know
yes.
what you want to call it, but it's...
So Ernie, is that queued up? Can we show the audience the blooper reel?
Jesse. G.
We didn't give him the coconut. Drop it.
Just go out, give it, just give it a poof. After you can throw it back at Ernie. Poof. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, pick it up.
I hate you.
2, 3.
Syrup?
1. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Perfect. Okay, grab it. Okay, depress, depress. At your chest. Grab the waffle. Eat it. Drop your... Oh, wait. No. Hold on. So much. Water. Sorry if that hurt. Okay, ready? Water. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't work.
Bill, I have a new level of respect for you.
Oh.
I've never seen that. Oh my God.
Is that the first time you've seen that? Oh, I thought we were live mic the whole time. I was like, man, I'm going to be crying by the time this thing comes back on.
My sides hurt. Donnie, take the show. Oh my God.
Fair enough. Where do you want to go from here?
Bill,
Bill,
you're
put the suit
amazing.
on and come on, man.
That's right. We've got to get Bill in that
I think if we
suit.
get 5,000 shares of this video, Bill has to wear the suit at Slamology.
I like it. At Slamology.
Yeah, well, wait, he
Ooh.
said 5 figures, so 10,000 shares. 10,000 shares of this video.
Oh my
We
Lord.
put Bill in a duck tank in the bullfrog suit.
Oh, dude. Everybody write the ideas down somewhere quick.
Hit share now. Share. Tell your friends.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
wow.
that's hilarious.
That was great. So, thank you, Bill. A lot of fun at your expense.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, can we show Bill back there? Is he turning red? Can we show the Bill cam real quick? Thank you, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
So this was when Bill was a relatively new employee and he just couldn't say no.
Yeah, well, sometimes you got to impress the boss.
Yes. Okay, so Donnie, you're the guest, not Bill.
Well, that's all right. We can stay with this.
So what's happening?
Oh, nothing much. 21st annual Slamology this year.
Yeah.
That's last year was huge. 20th, 20 and then 21. I guess we're old enough to party now, so.
For real?
Love us party. Yeah.
Legally.
Right, legally. We got amazing show as usual coming in. We've added some new audio features that are, going to be great for guests to.
Audio feature?
Yeah, so we've added another organization, which is Midwest SPL. So
Okay.
we're going to have 5 organizations now.
Oh,
and then we have Sound Wars, which is a motorcycle only audio competition as well. So And it's super cool. Like when you say motorcycle audio, like everybody hears that. Nah, wait till you see these bikes. It's unbelievable. And Chris is going to come on later. We're going to talk about some of the audio bikes and some of the stuff they've been doing over at Limitless. So just amazing year. Everything's going to be great. We have the semi-show returning with the Davis brothers.
Oh my gosh!
And they just won. You're going to get to see that truck tonight. It is. When I'm telling you next level, it's unbelievable. Like they really outdid themselves. They got invited to do a builders challenge, and yeah, they brought home
challenge accepted.
Oh, absolutely.
Accepted. What?
Accepted.
More coffee, please.
Yep.
Accepted.
So I'm on the styrofoam talking about celebrating my 25 years of Gauge Magazine. We are this year my company Gauge Media Group. We turned 25 years old, so I guess I've officially made it as a small business owner, I guess. I don't know. It's a huge challenge.
It is.
It is. It's a lot of years. I've learned a lot, laughed a lot, cried a lot.
You know, what's funny is that some folks in our audience are not even yet 25 years old. So you may have to explain to them that you used to print magazines.
Right. Well, and we still do print our magazine. So you can get our magazine digitally online, and then you can actually, there's a printed copy as well.
Wow.
So you can print out a copy and have it ordered to you. Now, it's more like a tabletop book, and it's $30 a copy. And we still sell quite a few copies of it, but it's an amazing piece, and it's like a tabletop book, so it's a piece that you keep forever. When we were printing them, I didn't want to print a cheap magazine. You know, it's like if we're going to be internet, but we're going to offer something in print, it's cover stock all the way through. It's amazing.
Is it monthly or?
It's monthly, yeah. So for 25 years, we've been producing Gauge Magazine, a new issue every single month, and
that's incredible.
Oh, and I am incredibly blessed with like talent around me and staff and our editorial team and our photographers, and I mean everybody involved, everybody that's around us or in our office. My wife runs, the entire store there, so and she's our office manager. She juggles way more than I do, so it's probably her that should be sitting here. So
she's
thank
not
you, Ginger.
In Stillwater.
Yeah.
So Ginger, thanks for giving us your husband for the evening.
Well, it's 3 days, but she doesn't mind. She knows my passion for Kicker while I'm here. So I'm extremely gifted, and it's taken a team to get us to where we're at, and I honestly, I'm far from done. There's so many goals that I have set, and not so much financial goals, but just like business goals or stuff that I want to do to make changes in the industry, not just in the car audio scene, but in the custom car scene, custom semi world. There's I have a vision of a lot of stuff. So it might take me another 25 years to get all that honed in. If technology keeps changing, maybe it'll help.
I just realized that some of our audience members are not familiar with Slamology. And some folks will be watching this and they've never heard of it. So exactly what is Slamology?
Right. So Slamology, 21 years ago, we needed a way to connect to our readers with a car show local in Indianapolis to our offices, and just a way to connect out to our readers. And at that time, our readership was maybe a couple thousand people a month. You had to get on AOL to even sign on, and then go to Gauge Magazine and exactly, dial-up speeds. I think we were talking about that earlier. The hundreds of hours of just watermarking photos, and we had photographers that would actually send us slide film, and we had one of the first real digital cameras that held a 3.5-inch floppy. I bought one of the first ones. It was $9,000, and that's that camera isn't worth 25 cents today. So we bought this great big light table, and we would take the slides that photographers would send us, and we would sit the camera on top of it, and then take one digital picture, and the disc would hold 8 photos.
Wow.
Yeah. So when you're doing car show coverage, you got to show. Tim, he was one of our West Coast photographers back in the day. He would send us slides, and he would send cases of slides, and they would come in the office, and I would just look at them like, oh my gosh, how are we going to get through this? So just to start grinding, and then technology changed, and it helped us a lot. But either way, we needed a way to connect to our readers, so we said, let's do an event. I had been involved with some events with my car club before, and had been through the kind of the 101 of doing events, and I started doing that right out of high school with my car club and good friends of mine. So I gathered the 4 best people I could think of, and we started Slamology.
Wow.
Yeah. Then it's crazy. Over those 21 years, I've lost one of those guys. He's passed away. Another one had to leave because of a job move, and another one left because of different situations. So it kind of left me just standing as one of the originals. Now I do have a guy that's with me, Rob Snodgrass. He runs our main stage, and we'll talk about the main stage here in a little bit. We got some pretty cool headliners and stuff coming in this year, but he's been with me the whole time. He runs our main stage. He handles the thing and the ad that we had earlier. He's the voice of Slamology. We always
So
say.
wait a minute. So he's more talented than you on a microphone?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that's saying a lot.
Well, we'll let him believe that. How's that?
Well, he gets paid to talk.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's pretty good.
No, Rob's very talented, and he manages and juggles all the bands and stuff that come across the main stage. And from the first annual Slamology, we started doing kind of what we do, and then our original business plan, outside of the heavy car audio influence, is almost dead on to what our original business plan was, and the same with Gage. Like when I look back on our 25th year anniversary, we had some tragedies happen at the office with a flood and all kinds of stuff. So we were going through a bunch of old documents, and I found our original business plan, and I looked at it, and I'm like, we're not that far off target. I mean, technology's changed a little bit, but we're really not that far off target. So super exciting, and Slamology has just grown into this massive event. For the guys that haven't been, you've got to come. I mean, it's so huge. The thousands of car audio vehicles, thousands of car show participants, and we get guys from all over the world, from everywhere. I mean, we have cars that are flown in. A few of the other manufacturers that are in Brazil and stuff, they're shipping cars. I mean, their cars are already on boats headed this way to literally blow your head off. I mean, they're so loud. Like as much as I love them, there's a part of me that hates them as well. So.
I know, the stunt wall cars, right?
Right.
The doors just open up, and suddenly there's a wall of speakers.
Oh well, and now one of our vendors, they actually have a truck that stands up and then opens up. I mean, it's
like a transformer.
It's taller than the lights that we have in here.
Oh wow!
And literally rip your face off. And I mean, it is.
Can you all please play the same song?
Right.
Please.
Right. I always say they need about 200 subwoofers to go with that, and we give Kid Rock concert a go for his money. It's pretty wild. So. Either way, the shows continue to grow from where we started at the Little Marion County Fairgrounds. Our first year we had 260 participants, which is a good-sized car show. And then now to say, hey, we're in the thousands and 20,000 spectators coming through the gate. I mean, we have people come from everywhere. I usually take a little time to myself on Saturday, and I'll drive through the spectator lot, just looking at license plates. And I mean, they're Texas, California. I mean, everywhere. And some of those may be rental cars, but a lot of East Coast presence. And obviously, a lot of Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Illinois. We're surrounded by some pretty heavy car audio states and some really heavy custom car states.
Builders,
I mean, massive shows. I mean, we have big shows in the Midwest all the time, but none of them are like Slamology. Slamology, I've always said, it's like the movie Cars going to Bonnaroo.
Okay.
And the people count, but they don't really count. You know what I mean? Because once you get there, you see people you meet on the internet and that stuff, but it's not. It's not the same vibe. It's like this vibe of the Bonnaroo, because we have the big stage set up, and then all the cars are set up, and everything just rotates into a great big circle. And it's at Lucas Oil Raceway, like one of the most iconic drag racing venues in the world's NHRA Nationals.
Yeah.
And we don't drag race. Like
it's shut down for the weekend.
Oh yeah, no. Like we've talked about it. And we've tried to add drag racing a few times, and we've discussed it. But it's just the show has grown so large that there's no way logistically that we could keep doing what we're doing and cycle people through what we call the horseshoe. There's no way we'd be able to manage the traffic and throw drag racing into the middle of it. And we've sat down with NHRA officials, and we've tried to come up with plans, and the drag racing just isn't there for this venue. So one of these days we'll outgrow this venue and have to go somewhere else. And I don't think we're far off.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I just remembered we have some guests we want to talk to tonight before we get too far into our conversation.
Right.
So we should probably bring our guests in. So Ernie, do we have our guests in the digital green room? Okay, so we're going to talk. We're going to talk to Billy Temple first. And of course, Billy Temple has been on the show several times, in person and remote. And so we're going to talk to Billy Temple. And I don't see the normal view I'm looking at here, so I don't see Billy hanging out.
Billy's here.
Oh.
There
we go. Okay, hi, Billy. Hi there.
Yes.
Hey, stranger.
How are you?
Okay.
Feel like I just talked to you.
Right? How are y'all?
Cool. Good.
Yeah,
we missed you at dinner.
It's hot, and I honestly, man, I've been locked in a hotel room for 2 days. I've been traveling so much. I got here, and I got my hotel room, fired my laptop up, and I've been buried in it ever since. I've been here about 4 hours today, so yeah, that's
Eskimo Joe's,
yeah. I drove by Eskimo Joe's. I did. When I got out for dinner last night, I was like, I'll drive through campus and see what the vibe is, and drove through campus and then back to the hotel and buried back into my laptop. It's a busy month for us. It's go time. It's as you know, you're in the same crunch we're in.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. So, Billy, Base Wars, man, what, 2 years now? Is that how long you've been doing Base Wars? Are you guys at year number 2? I guess you're year number 2, or you're number 3 starting at Slamology, right?
Yeah, I think this will be our 3rd time at Slamology, yeah.
Right. Well, just on a positive note, I guess I can tell this to you publicly, is right now you're leading the audio organizations for pre-registrations. So,
nice.
So it's awesome. So, and we appreciate that. It's good. It's showing where you've come from and what you've done. And that's tonight's episode. We've kind of been talking as it's about entrepreneurship and building a business, and how do you become a promoter, and how can you make, how can you get into doing, like,
make a living at what you love to do.
Yeah, I don't know if you call it making a living. Making a lot of doctor visits for stress. I call it more of that. But yeah, so it's cool, man. I'm excited to see your organization growing.
We're excited to be there again.
Yeah, no, and I know in the Midwest, man, I'm seeing Base War stuff. Like, I see base heads driving around town. I'm seeing Base War stickers.
Grown.
Yeah, it's awesome. So anything new for you at Slam this year? I guess, is it same format, or are you introducing anything new?
Same format.
Yeah,
we're gonna do
perfect.
everything just the same. We're gonna add a few more tents, but we're good.
Awesome. Cool. Give yourself some more shade. We're not saying the R word or the W word, so it's shade. That's the
right.
we cannot have another.
We enjoy that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Awesome. Will you have anything that you want to?
Yeah. So for our guests, our audience that doesn't know Base Wars, give us a quick rundown. What is Base Wars, and how can we get involved with it?
Base Wars car audio competition. The best way to get involved is to find us on Facebook.
Okay.
Basewars.org is what you search. But we compete nearly all over the country now. And when I met you guys, we weren't. We've really done all this in like 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, as you know, every time we talk, man, it's straight business, and I try to pass along some business advice or stuff that I've learned over the years, man. And you're on point, man. You're doing it good.
We have a pretty laid back format for car audio competition. So if you're interested in competition and you have, say, 212s, which is probably the biggest selling system in the country, you fit in a class against other people with 212s. So you don't have to go against all those really big guys. It's just competition, and it's fun.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because back when I was doing DB drag racing a couple 100 years ago, and one of the challenges was a lot of novices were intimidated because they thought they had to compete against the guy with 412s and 4,000 watts. And so you're saying that you could just get a real basic bass package in your system and compete without having to go against those big guys.
Yeah. Actually, me and some of your, dealers, we're working on some packages. So for our stealth class, we would use a Kicker products and create a stealth package, and they just purchase a stealth package, which would consist of, 2 10s and a certain amp that puts them in that class.
Nice.
How
so
cool
then
is
basically,
that? That's a good idea.
Any
That's
budget
really
can
cool.
compete.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, Billy. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Good. Well, we appreciate your time tonight, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you June 8th and 9th out there at the Raceway.
We'll see you here in just about a month.
That's right.
Right.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
not long.
Yeah.
No, it's not long enough, man. I need 2 more weeks.
Right.
All right.
That's
Thank
always
you, Billy.
the way it is, though.
Yeah, it is. If it's 2 weeks, I'd need 4. Awesome. We'll see you soon, Billy.
Good to see you,
All
Billy.
right.
Good night.
Yep, either of you guys, don't hesitate to reach out to me.
Thank you. We
for
will.
Sure. Thank you. Have a good one.
Lee.
God, Billy's a great
I
dude.
love that dude.
You just want to hug the guy.
Yeah, you do. It's just like, oh, come here. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Like I said, I met him 3 years ago when he was just first starting. And him and I had a phone call Friday before I came out here, and man, it was supposed to be like a 5-minute call. We were on the phone an hour later, and we're talking about legal stuff and stuff that I've learned, some accounting tricks and some other things, giveaways, that kind of stuff, and ways for him to use it in his business to his advantage, and it's pretty cool. Next thing I know, an hour later, I'm like, Billy, I gotta go, man.
They're closing the door, man.
Yeah,
I gotta go.
right. I will see you. I'll see you at Slamology. I'll see you online tonight, and then I'll see you at Slamology. So, just amazing guy. He's great. The next guy up is another amazing guy as well. I guess are we going to bring Kevin on next?
Yeah.
Is that the
Kevin?
plan? Yeah.
Looks like Kevin is ready. Come on in, Kevin.
Yes,
Come on in, Kevin.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Look
Hey.
at this guy. So this is Kevin Johnson. I don't know if you remember him from 2 years ago or not.
Yes.
So he's kind of the builder, shop manager. And I don't know what his official title is at Davis Brothers. I don't think it really matters anything. He's building some nice trucks, some super nice trucks. So what Kevin does I think this is what, year 5 or 6 for us, isn't it? With the custom semis.
I think it's 6.
Yeah,
I think it's
I should have put that in my notes. I guess
6 or 7, maybe even.
At this many, I guess it doesn't even matter.
It's been a minute, yeah.
Right, we're brothers from another mother at this
That's
point.
right.
So we met through we met through Dan. We met through our editor of the magazine, and we got to talking. And Dan's like, man, I met the semi guy. He's amazing. You got to talk to him. I talked to Kevin. Next thing I know is we're having a semi show at Slamology.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, okay, cool. And then it just continues to grow and grow and grow every year. And he's bringing in, man, some of the most amazing rigs you've ever seen in your life.
So what is a semi show? There again, for guys that are watching and they don't know, what's a semi show?
Well, actually, believe it or not, there's quite a few guys that really love customizing their trucks and making show trucks out of these. But even more than that, a lot of guys have very beautiful work trucks that are customized and they just look awesome. Like we had several trucks there last year, guys that run their trucks every day. They bring them in, clean them up, and then actually just come in to show them off. But truckers are all about lights and shiny stuff, chicken lights and chrome. So we do a lot of, they're always like,
when they come up behind you on the highway and you're like,
It's like you see this glow and you don't know what it is, if it's a UFO or it may be a semi.
Right. Big stacks blowing black coal and next level.
So this must be incredibly expensive builds, because I mean you're talking a base rig is hundreds of thousands of dollars, right?
Right, like the typical truck, like this one sitting behind us, a new 389 Peterbilt, generally speaking, is around $250,000 now, whereas like 10 years ago they were only like 135 to 140.
Wow.
They've gone up $100,000+. But just to buy like a Peterbilt, now there's other companies
at the grocery store
they're not
anymore.
that bad. Because these guys are what's moving America. They're the ones that are actually hauling all the goods and everything. But thankfully we get a lot of work trucks. We even but these show trucks that are going to be at this show are going to consist of show only vehicles, but also hardworking guys that drive every day, thousands of miles a year, and they're going to clean their trucks up and come out and put on a good show for everybody. But there will also be other trucks like the one that we built back here that Donnie referenced earlier. And we've been very blessed that we've been able to come up with a piece like this behind us and got invited into that build off. And it just kind of spurred us to really build something that's fairly extravagant.
Well, at dinner tonight, Donnie was telling us a little bit about the jukebox. Do you have the ability to show us the interior of the truck?
I absolutely can. It's right here behind me. So this is just a view looking up.
Well, you got to start at the doors, man. Like explain the doors to them, because or the whole theme of the truck. I guess once you learn the theme of the truck,
the inside of the truck, the theme is like an old bar. So my cousin Brian is really music based. He's been in a band forever. I was a music guy for years, so I was really feeling this too. And he said, I want the door panels to look like an old Fender guitar amp.
Wow.
The neat thing is the volume switch turns a lot of this on and off.
Nice.
This lit up floor in here, it's all LED light strips through the floor. But as you go on in, make sure I'm looking right. There is the jukebox in the middle. And we had some other local fabricators that helped us out just in essence of time that fabbed this dash up. And then we had to put a few extra little touches here and there. But that dash was pretty awesome. But then to follow the theme, a lot of these speakers up in top, which are all wrapped in this same type of pod, and that you can probably see that passenger door over there. It looks like a Fender amp also. So we really tried to, obviously we liked lights. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of lights, but this whole dash was just a custom setup. And then this Fender guitar amp, it's like the old Tweed amps. We actually used replica materials and built all this by hand. Well, then around here, even on the back door, we've got another pod. Then if you move into the sleeper, you get to see there's more lit floor. And it looks like the old mirrored ends of a bar.
Yes.
The old crystal ashtrays.
An ashtray?
Oh, yeah. God. A lot of our stuff is music themed. So this is like an old bar inside, but like there's a Larry Fleet song, Where I Find God. That's even represented in here. And the name of the truck is actually Lessons Learned, which is just through the years building trucks and trying to get better at it. You learn, you study your lesson and everything. So,
yeah.
But this is just part of it. Well, I forgot to even mention these floating seat bases. This one really blows people's minds. They'll have to come check that out. This is a cantilever deal where the bracket comes in from the back, and you can see right under there.
Now, is this
that
truck
one
drivable?
Makes people scratch their head. Oh yes, I just got back from Florida yesterday morning about 6:15.
Oh my gosh.
785 miles, I think. Actually, been very blessed. I just got my CDL, and I got it March 24th, and then I got the privilege of driving this $1 million rig all the way to Florida and back. No stress.
That's a pretty good gig for no stress, man. Here you go.
Yeah, no stress at all. But just also some of the other things about the inside of this truck. It's like we use 12 hides of leather, and we've got Ace Rod and Custom does all of our upholstery, and he did an amazing job. And the seats, I really didn't highlight that. That's hair on hide. So it really has that old country bar feel. And there's TVs in there too. I don't know if I really showed you that. But
Kevin, I can actually smell the old smoke in the hide.
Hey, believe it or not, we have air fresheners in here that are called whiskey and smoke.
Yes.
I wish you could smell it because it's funny you mentioned that because it's real.
Yeah, that's perfect. Wow.
But yeah, there's several speakers in this truck. There's 38 just in the sleeper and the sleeper in the cab. There's even 12s under the couch here.
So it rocks. And most of these rigs, they all, I mean, it's the big rig roundup. And when you walk through there, it's not quite as loud as like Demo Alley is. You're not, I guess there hasn't been a hair trick semi yet, right? Like we're not there yet.
I'm telling you, this one's fairly close. I've got Term Lab. I need to get in here and meter this thing. It's got an 8K on 812s.
Wow.
Oh wow. Yeah. We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot at Slamology, man. We'll put a girl up there and see if we can blow her hair out.
Like Donnie mentioned, there's a lot more to this truck. There's a 53-foot trailer back here, and that box is holding batteries and amps and everything else. So you'll have to come to Slam to check out what's in the rest of this trailer.
Yeah.
But let's put it this way: there's 78 speakers total in this truck and trailer.
Woo! That is amazing.
Yeah, it's
it
cool.
is about a 85-foot long wall of sound.
Is the owner of the truck going to be at the show too?
I don't know if they'll be there or not. Depends on if they're farming at that time. It usually hits. Well, see, my cousins, Brian and Tom Davis, are the owners, and they farm 3,500 acres also.
Oh, wow.
So that's usually wheat harvesting season. So that was another benefit for me getting my CDL is so that they could kind of have a little bit more freedom for this truck to get to shows and be able to still continue to farm and not have to be pulled away.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. And when you come into Slamology as a spectator, as soon as you walk through the gates, you walk right into the custom semi show. So you walk in, big rig roundup. So this is what you're introduced to.
Incredible.
As soon as you walk through the spectator gate. Now, if you're a participant, depending on where you're at, you kind of have to work your way over there. But in our traffic flow, this is stop number one. And some of these trucks are just unbelievable.
Kevin's got some. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
There's the engine.
Wow.
Kevin, get a little closer and show them the details, like with the wires and stuff. I guess I'm cheating. I've seen every inch of this truck, through video.
The wiring and everything, it doesn't look like this. This is a standard Cummins X15 motor. It's got a lot of PDI upgrades, so that's horsepower upgrades. And one of our guys here even inset painted this and all this chrome tubing. And if you'll even look up here where it says Cummins, that's hand airbrushed by a gentleman down in Maceo, Kentucky, Darren Bean, and all this chrome piping. There's a lot of stuff that's typically up on the firewall that's been moved down, and you can even see the glow down in under the cab because these lights underneath are all lit up everywhere.
Wow.
But even inside our hood, we actually kind of were fighting the idea of being in this build-off. But as you notice, it says playing the part up there. So
yeah,
we were kind of there playing the part, but it ended up being really good because we worked hard enough building this truck that we were fortunate enough to win. But there's a lot
and
to
what
see
what an
this.
honor, you know what I mean?
It was
incredible.
Hey, we won the big, you know, we won the what was it? It's the Big Rig Build Off Grand Champion.
Yes. Yeah,
that's huge. I mean,
it is.
Well, and it's not a small dollar platform.
No.
And obviously you could throw money at anything, but when you take and make it custom, that's what changes everything.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what addicted me to this entire lifestyle, even as a kid. Like everything I look at, every car I look at or any project I look at, it's a piece of art.
Right.
You know, I mean, even if it's the junkiest car, if somebody's putting effort into it doesn't matter. It's still a piece of art. And obviously this is
beautiful.
Well, and I got my start. Donnie knows all the way back building lowriders back in the early 90s and stereos. And I was even at the fairgrounds in 95 with some stuff that I built. And, you know, we didn't realize it. We were a lot of places at the same time.
He's got a Geo Storm.
Oh my God!
You're going to put it on the trailer and bring it up this year, right? It's going to be on the trailer behind that.
It's either I really think I probably will just put it on the trailer. I may not actually enter it in the show, or maybe Gramps will come over and judge it on the trailer for me.
Yeah, well, yeah. So you guys, but he's it's an old what is a Geo Storm, right?
Geo Storm wagon back. It actually looks like a hatchback, or like
13x7 wire wheels on it. Looks like a little road. I mean, the whole car is not even. Well, you won our lowest car contest a few years ago.
Yeah, I won the limbo last year.
Yeah, the limbo. Yep. So we have a lowest car limbo on Sunday, and everybody gets in a line and you know drives around the main stage, and we have you bring your car down, and every pass the line gets lower, and when you can't get under it, you get out of line. So he ended up winning lowest car with it.
Geo Storm.
Yeah,
wow.
and non-adjustable suspension. He just got the coil strength down that far.
I haven't seen a Storm in years. Wow.
Right. He hadn't seen it in years either.
No, actually, I had sold it and it was gone for 25 years. And my oldest son, actually, that's won his class at Slamology the last 2 years, he rode home from the hospital in that car when he was born.
Wow.
And he found it. We dug it back out of this garage and brought it back to life. And now I get the honor to be able to show it at shows like Slam.
Yeah, and he's restored it. It's cool. All right, Kevin, we're gonna run into time issues, man.
Yep.
I will see you here, and I'm sure you and I will talk several times here in the next few weeks.
Oh,
so
for sure.
I love you, brother. Thank you for
Kevin.
being on here.
Thank you for the time. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thank you. All right, awesome. Kevin's such a great guy, man.
We could just talk all night, but
I could talk to Kevin's another one, man. I get on the phone, and then the next thing you know, I'm like, yeah, Kevin, I haven't seen my wife today. We work in the same office. I haven't seen her today, and it's 9 o'clock at night, and I'm on the phone with you.
Is that your wife chatting with us right there?
Yeah, no, I don't know which one. No, she's Ginger. I don't know.
I thought she was chatting. Okay.
No, so that's Denise. She's popping up there quite a bit. She's actually our social media manager. She's our obviously social media manager.
Yeah.
She's on here helping Bill Frog. He's doing YouTube. She's doing Facebook. Helping to make sure that everybody gets those links. So when you see Denise's post, like she might say, hey, see more about the semi show. She's posting a link to the Slamology website so you can go and learn more about it. Just quick, easy stuff. And then she's also our director of car audios. So Denise, she has a long history of car audio. So
we need to have her on as a guest at some point.
I don't know if we could get her to do it or not.
No?
I've tried and tried. We've tried to get her on the Bay Sports podcast. We've tried all kinds of stuff. But
all right, Denise, I'm calling you out. I'm hearing great things about you. But let's bring up our next guest. He's been very, very patient.
Yes, he has.
Mr. Chris Allen.
Yes.
Come on in.
Come on in, Chris.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
Thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah, no problem. Awesome. Thank you all for having me.
Yeah, so Chris is a co-owner manager at Limitless Lithium Batteries, and the reason we have him on tonight is obviously they're the official battery of Slamology, which is super excited. You know, we get to bring a sponsor on and have them have a spot, but we're also here to talk about the motorcycle car audio. So I guess it's been 3 events ago. So the beginning of last year, Chris and his partner reached out to me and asked for a little bit of help with some event, like doing some flyers, doing some other stuff. Hey, help me promote our event. We brought them in and took them on as a customer, and they started an event called the Bagger Nationals that is in Daytona.
Okay.
It's during Biketoberfest and during Bike Week.
Okay.
And these motorcycle builds are next. I mean, I can't even explain to you how next level they are. And when I went down to, I had no clue. They sent me some pictures and they're like, hey, let's try to get some of these on the thing. And I'm like, okay. But I couldn't appreciate them until I got to Daytona and we started setting up the show and kind of doing some things and working through some logistic issues. And next thing I know, man, I'm looking at these bikes and I'm like, oh my gosh. And you would think like, what's the biggest? Like Zeus has got what, like 412s? Is that one?
No. Each bag, per bag.
What?
So how many?
812s. It's got 812s.
812s on a bagger. Like
our limitless bike. Yeah, our limitless bike has 612s and 38 speakers total. Like I was listening to the big rig. Our motorcycle has as many speakers as that big rig.
So when I got there, I was absolutely blown away. And the thing that I appreciated about it the most is you would think like sometimes the car guys, they get in a hurry and they don't finish their projects, they don't do anything.
No.
These guys are full custom fiberglassing fenders out of these boxes. So to see that bike, it just looks like a really stretched out it looks like a stretched out street bike, and it's like, man, this is cool. And then you learn like it's got 812s in it, or it's got there's one that's getting built with a 21 or something. And there's something crazy.
Some BNC 21s are going in a bike that I hear that, I've seen pictures of the bags. It'll have 4 21-inch speakers in it from what I'm told. And, I'm giving out secrets of the bike world, which is like a big bad thing here, but hopefully they don't hear me. But
man, that's probably my fault. I'm sorry. I told you to keep my mouth. I'll put my foot in my mouth, man.
People know those are coming. So those have been talked about some. So you're good. Just
right. Yeah, no. So we're going to talk about Slamology then. So either way, after being down there and kind of seeing what's going on in the bike audio world, we're working with an organization called Sound Wars, and they're bringing in their organization, and their organization basically is a competition for motorcycles, and it's kind of set up like an SQ in a roundabout way, because they have 3 or 4 judges, and the bikes come in under these tents and they kind of sit back to back. And Chris, they get a minute and a half a piece, right? Isn't that what the play time is?
Yeah, and some of the formats vary, but a lot of them get a minute and a half a piece. Like in our format, you get a minute and a half a piece, and then the finals you get 2 minutes. And it's all by ear, so it's not judged by a meter. That's what's so cool about it, is that you have to be clear first. You can be loud. You have to be loud. But if you don't sound good, you're not going to win. You have to be clear and have the full spectrum of sound first. And then they even have some things like King of the Hill, which, Donnie, I don't even think you've seen. King of the Hill is really cool, especially for me from the battery world, is when you pull in and another bike pulls in and goes against you, you go head to head. They pick the winner, and the loser drives out, another one drives in, and you have to compete going head to head too, which is really cool. So we had one bike run 27 times in a competition. And to win, you have to drive out, right? So the bike runs with it off. So he had to start the bike and drive out. I was not sure if it was going to start. Our battery started and it was good.
That says a lot for your motorcycle line, for sure.
Yeah. What a great
super
format.
Exciting. Yeah, it's crazy format.
It's so cool. And like I said, it reminds me of the SQ guys, where it's all individually judged.
Yeah.
So it's, hey, we get in, we listen, and it's kind of a judge's perspective. But the nice thing is all these events that are going on, everybody's traveling around the world, and then, man, they're all coming together for Bagger Nationals. Tell about the prizes you give away at Bagger Nationals.
So Bagger Nationals, as far as I know, there's no motorcycle audio competition that has the prizes that we do. We have $14,000 in cash prizes.
Yeah.
So the extreme champion wins $3,000. The heavyweight champion wins $2,500. Like our sponsors there, which are awesome sponsors, they come in the ring and they half sponsor those cash prizes, and it's literally $100 bills in our hand, under the lights, on the back deck of the Hard Rock Hotel, literally on the back deck on the beach, and they get to win cash prizes that total $14,000 plus.
That's fantastic.
Almost as important as that. The belt. They're wanting a big, gaudy WWE style, crazy. Yeah, it's just
SmackDown.
It's just insane. Yeah, and it's every spring and every fall, and it brings the baddest bikes in the country.
It's cool.
Yeah.
So, and we're hoping to get a taste of that at Slamology this year, and to contribute more to the motorcycle world, because it's an entire side of the industry that is going to blow up as fast as the demo stuff did. And I mean, unbelievable builds, and they're not. These are full show quality bikes. The custom engraving. I mean, the quality of the bikes is what blew my mind. When I got there, I thought, I'm expecting to see some box like ratchet strapped to the side of a bike, and that's not the case at all.
So Chris, we were talking to Mr. Billy Temple earlier, and one of the things that I like about the Base Wars format is that a novice, a total beginner, can compete and walk away with a prize. Is there something like for beginners in this program as well?
So there's featherweight. It goes by like boxing weight classes. So featherweight, depending on who you're talking to, is either a 4 or a 6 speaker setup. So you could have a pair of 6.5s in the front, 6.5s in the bags. And a lot of those classes are limited to not even full woofers, but mid-bass woofers, right? So something where it's playing up to 800 or 1,000 hertz. And they do things like you can't seal your bag lids, so it has to be stock bags. So it's where your average guy can go somewhere and spend $3,500 to $5,000 at a shop to get a system installed that he can go compete and win money. And like for featherweight, we give $1,500 cash prize for featherweight.
That's awesome.
So it's crazy. And I tell you, you guys may not even know how many. There's a sweet spot in these bikes for kicker L7s. You guys probably, I see them a lot. How there's a bunch, because you get that additional cone area. A lot of people, because it's a 10-inch speaker, is the rules, right?
Yes.
The 10-inch L7 is a 10-inch speaker, and that's a bit of a cheater. So you guys don't even realize you're helping motorcycle guys cheat.
Not only are you cheating in the SPL lane, you're cheating in the motorcycle lane. So
it's not cheating; it's legit.
It's legit. I'm not gonna argue that fact.
10-inch speaker. I'm not going to argue.
That's right. Well, thank you for that anecdote. I love hearing that.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Chris, we're going to cut you short because we're going to, we sit here and talk. He's another one, man.
Yeah, I know.
Chris and I get on the phone and then his business partner, Matt's the same way, man. It's just like, oh my gosh. Seems like so many hours of my week are just,
Thanks for taking time, guys.
with people.
Yeah,
oh no,
thank
you for your support of Slamology, man. We'll see you here in a month. All right, guys.
Good night.
See ya. Yeah,
wow.
so the whole world's changing so fast everywhere, not only with car audio, even the custom cars. I mean, everything's just 100 miles an hour changing, and it's weird. With technology, obviously, you guys are the mecca of technology here. Walking through the warehouse today, and JW walked me around and showed me, some different stuff. I was back in the shop seeing all the sawdust. I'm like, oh my gosh. And
did you see what John Myers is building back there?
I saw John running back and forth, and I saw like 40 relays all stacked on a box, and him going, I got to do this for this. And I was like, yeah, John, Aaron and I are going to have a blast tonight, man.
Yeah, and he's actually in the shop.
Well, we got a little John with us.
Yeah, we brought a couple of little Johns.
Okay.
In spirit, he's with us. But this John talks a lot less than the real John, so that way you and I can talk more.
Yeah, zoom in on little John. He's here in spirit. I think I heard Saul's back there still running. I bet he's not at home yet.
Oh, I'm sure of it. He went home to have dinner and he came back.
Yeah, right.
So, Donnie, I have a couple questions for you, because part of what we want to do in the show is talk about what does it take to be a great promoter of an event. If a guy or girl out there wants to start their own car club event or something, how do you do it?
I guess my number one rule of advice would be to be proud of yourself and stand behind in what you believe in.
Sure.
So I've had a few of my customers that come to me and they ask for advice on doing events, and you got to promote it like a garage sale. I know that seems crazy, but
dude,
as a kid, my parents always said, "We'll never get beat by our neighbors doing a garage sale. We're going to bring all the cars down the street. You're never going to sell anything if you're not screaming your name the loudest."
Donnie, I got to tell you a story. Mom, I hope you're watching tonight. The very first words I could read, garage sale. I was the dude in the Sport Family Truckster. We had the giant Woody Ford station wagon. I was in the back. Mom, garage sale. That was me.
That's awesome.
I'm with you. Okay, promote it like a garage sale. Got it.
Well, promote it about a garage sale. Be proud of what you're doing, and know that it's a lot of work. I mean, it's an awful lot of work. You have got to marry whatever whatever your investment is, and you have to have full support from around you. And like I said, I've got an amazing staff. I'm more blessed than you would ever imagine. But I've also had a lot of my friends that I considered close friends become haters and lose friends over business too. You know, and I don't know if it's like a jealousy thing or it's just because my hustle, I don't have time for who I was before I was a businessman. Does that make sense? And, and it's not just Gage, but Slamology as well. Slamology, when it started, it took a month to promote. You know what I mean? We'd work real hard for a month and we'd put ads in the magazine. Well, now I travel the country 12 months a year. I'm out promoting the show. I'm out promoting the magazine. I'm out doing all this stuff. So it's completely changed my lifestyle. So anybody that's going to do that, they have to be willing to give everything. And I think that happens a lot with a lot of business owners or anything is they once they learn the commitment, sometimes the squeeze isn't worth the juice and to work through the hard times. And like I think I told you, we've had massive issues. Like we had an office explosion, an office flood. We lost everything that we've had in the last 24 months. And there's been times I want to quit, you know, but between myself and my staff and my wife, we just all kind of boost each other up and say, hey, this is what we're doing, and let's continue to do what we're doing. So that would be my number one piece of advice. My number two is advertise, 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 advertise. Don't overspend your budget and ask for help. Don't be afraid to hire people to help you. And like I said, I've been really fortunate that I learned a lot of lessons the hard way. But one of my main advice that I give to people all the time is, man, it's $500. Pay for it. You know, that's something that you're going to need. It's a piece of marketing that you're going to need. It's something you need to put into place. Or, hey, get on the phone and call Kicker, call another manufacturer and ask for support. And when you sell them that concept of what you're doing, you sell them with your passion. And I think the last two times I've been on here and even tonight, I'm 51 years old and I am as passionate today as I was when I was 20 years old doing this. So you can't lose that passion. So.
Well, and another part of your success, we were talking at dinner about this, another part of your success has been the location that you've selected, but also the dates.
Correct.
And you have to think about this. If you want to do an event, it's not going to be 30 days from the day you decide you're going to do it.
No.
You need a lot of time and planning. How do you select dates and locations?
So dates, when we first started, we were on Labor Day. So I learned a very valuable lesson there because we had good traffic, we had a great audience, we had stuff, and then we opened our gates. And the reason at that time, GM Accessories is the year they started GM Accessories. They came to us and they wanted an event on Labor Day in Indianapolis through one of the local car dealers. And we were like, yeah, okay, cool. They kind of stroked us a check to get us going, enough sponsorship money to cover us to break even. And then if we made any money, you know, we got to keep that money. When we put it on Labor Day, it was amazing. But are you going to a car show on Labor Day?
Nope.
Right. I was a 20-year-old car kid.
Yeah, you were.
Or I guess a 25-year-old car kid. Now, as an adult today, I'm not going to a car show on Labor Day. It's not gonna happen. That's a holiday. That's time that you spend with your family. Right. It's a family holiday. It's an end of the season, and I'm not going to do that. So there are some very successful events that are on holidays, but they fall on holidays that are interchangeable. I guess. Do you know what I mean? That aren't as stuck. So I definitely avoid holidays and watch around you and see what other events are going on in your area. If we have people all the time that are like, they'll contact us and go, I can't believe we're all on the same weekend. And I'm like, we've been on the same weekend forever. And I'm not mad at them, but we produce an event. I mean, we're producing an event. They're producing a show, or they're producing a sound off where they might have 10 or 15 cars show up. And it's like, it's two different worlds. We've always stayed affordable. We're a $15 ticket, $20 for the weekend, right? And you can't. We went to a high school basketball game earlier this season. It was $15 a person to get in the basketball game.
High school,
right? I was like, we need to raise our ticket prices, but we don't, because we want people here. We want people to know and feel our passion, and that's the same way. So have affordable tickets, you know, and just be smart about what you're doing, and always produce an event that you would want to go to. When we started talking about Slamology originally, my wife and I said, we're going to produce an event that we can take our family to.
Yes.
Right, and that's, even though our show It's funny, I had an interview with Dennis Gage on My Classic Car. He came out and did a whole episode on us our last year at the Marion County Fairgrounds before we moved to the larger venue. And we always joke about it because I say Slamology is alternative family fun. It's not, it's bass heads and it's car show guys and it's live music and it's not, topless entertainment, nothing like that. It's we try to keep it as managed as we can, so it's not out of control. It's still, it's alternative family fun is the way to look at it. So.
And that's what I was going to bring up. As a guy with a 6-year-old daughter, I'm very selective where I take her.
Absolutely.
And I would be comfortable with the Slamology because I know the environment is safe.
Oh.
It's contained. I mean, there's going to be some music that I don't agree with,
right.
but that's okay.
Right,
I can explain to her what's going on.
Right.
But my whole family would enjoy the experience.
Yeah, you put earmuffs on her. And,
yes.
And you let her sit, and you let her get hair tricks, and you let her rage, and then by the time you make it around to our main stage where all the live bands are playing at, she's wore out, and we have we have an actual family fun zone there. So for the kids, it's a tent. It's got fans in it. It's got coloring books. We take our Slamology stuff, and actually speaking of Slamology, like one of our coloring books, I know you have one of the files. I'd love to show this right now if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, sure. What is it?
We can show a sneak peek of the 2024 T-shirt because we always take this and put it in the centerfold of our.
Ernie, can you pull up my laptop, please?
So this is a sneak peek of the Slamology T-shirt this year, and we always do like in our program. We do a program that we hand out. Oops, wrong one. No, you're good.
My computer is
gonna meet the main stage entertainment early.
What's going on? All right, sorry, technical difficulties. Please stand by. Try that. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, cool. So the Family Fun Zone. This is, I guess, this is the perfect time to introduce this. We do. We do a coloring book contest on the inside of it for the kids. So when they come to the Family Fun Zone, we have a bunch of these printed out, and they color them, and they go and turn them into the main stage, and we give them Hot Wheels and Barbie dolls and different stuff, just stuff to keep kids entertained. And as parents, like, my son turned 21, but it seems like yesterday he was 6 years old, and I'm dragging him around, different shows, or we always go to Colts games or monster truck shows, and there's just nothing ever for the kids to do. So, and it's fun. We have cornhole over there. We have hula hoop. We have as much as NHRA will allow us to have on their property. When we were at the Marion County Fairgrounds, when we originally started, we had a great big hill that was next to our main stage, and we took and made it a slip and slide.
Oh,
and,
yes.
Oh, it was so good.
I love that.
And then when we moved to Lucas Oil Raceway, we did it as a blow up, and it took one time. The insurance company shut it down. Yeah. So that's something else as a promoter. As you grow, you learn new pains. Yeah. And what one place will tolerate is not what the next place will tolerate. So you got to kind of weigh out your pros and cons and say, is this really? Does this make sense? And at the end of the day, it was like, okay, we're going to have hula hoops, we're going to have coloring books, and we can't have bounce houses. You can't have any of that stuff because it's a Sue happy world, and it's almost sad. So either way, that's something else for a promoter to think about as well. Get your expenses in line and get them straight before you even announce an event. You need to talk to the venue. You need to know what your rent's going to be. You need to know what your insurance is going to be. And to work with, there's locals, the CVB, the Convention Visitor Bureaus. Oh yeah. There's grants out there. They'll help you with hotels. There's so many things that you can do and so many tools that you can use that are provided free of charge by, at least in Indiana, by the county. Yeah. By the county government that they want you there. They want tourism in their town, and if you can show them, hey, we're bringing in a crowd. Yeah. Let's help us out, and whether they help you with labor, or whether they help you with grants, or whatever it is that they help you with, they're there to assist, and that's what their jobs are.
So another part of your success has been attracting big brands like Kicker, obviously, Lucas Oil, Lithium. So how do you attract brands like Kicker? How do you do that?
Personally?
Yes.
Okay. Well, obviously, my relationship with Kicker is a little different. We talked about that earlier.
That's true.
Too, right?
Yeah, it goes way back.
But let's go back to like GM, or let's go back to even Sky High Car Audio. Yeah. John, he sees my passion, and he knows, like, on a sales side, I'm selling him my passion, and I'm selling him my dream. Sure. And not just mine, but my entire staff, my family. I'm selling them with what the concept is, and this is what we're going to do, and this is what we're going to put it together. And obviously, by the time we got into major sponsorship, like you guys and John, by the time we got to that, we had a resume. So it wasn't a first annual event. On our first annual event, I had to sell with passion. It was like, look, we're going to do this show. I'm going to do this with marketing. I'm working with these people. You have to go in and you have to stick your chest out and be proud. You have to promote your garage sale. Does that make sense? You know,
we're back to the garage
sale. Right. You got to have signs. You got to have banners. You have to do everything that you can do to draw people in, because that's what kicker or any sponsor, they want impressions. They want to know that their marketing money is well spent with you and that they're comfortable with the person that they're giving it to.
Right.
So when I come to you guys and I'm like, hey, it's going to be XYZ amount of money this year, and you guys go, great, man, no problem.
Yes.
I mean, we haven't even had to negotiate. I just call and say, hey, Rambo, it's like, whatever, let's go. And every sponsor down, all the way down our list. I mean, we have multiple sponsors. If you go on our website, you click sponsors and vendors, and you'll see, and it's major brands, and everybody is behind us because they know our dream and they know our passion. They feel that, and once they come to the event, they know, they're like, oh, this is the real thing. This is for real.
A single word to sum up what Donnie's saying is relationship.
Right.
You're describing the relationship that you have with Kicker,
correct,
Sky High, and various others.
Correct.
And that starts with you as a person, you as a man.
Right.
You're, like you said, you're selling yourself, but it's even more than just selling, because we are buying Donnie.
Correct.
And Slamology, but Donnie first.
Correct.
Because if we didn't believe in you, it wouldn't matter if it was Slamology.
Right,
so
right. And that's with everyone. And that's even my company, Gage, like on the part side, we get every day, man, I'll get email. I need sponsorship, da-da-da-da-da.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay. Well, and we're a small company. We don't do a lot of sponsorship. I have a few local guys. We give them amazing deals, or we'll sell to them at our cost. But they're out helping us and they're promoting our brand.
Right.
But the guys that send us full proposals, and they take the time to tell us who they are, what they are, what they're doing, and how to do that. And then they send it to us, and then I'll call that person and be like, man, you're on the right track, but I'm not the guy.
Yeah.
Let me give you to the marketing guy here. Let me open a door for you here or there or whatever. And we do that quite a bit. And and that's like that for anything. Whether I know you guys, you get 100 requests a day, and you got
Roger Demery, I'm so sorry.
Right. And Roger knows. I'm sure his email box every morning he comes in and the guy's like, I need 415s. I'm going to this sound off.
Tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow, and we're going to have 20 people there.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are we going to give you a couple $1,000s in investment? And then you go and you look at their social media and you look at their marketing and their reach, and it's professionals receive sponsorship, professional promoters receive support, and that's what it takes, and that's you have to. And like I said earlier, you have to commit to being who you are, and once you fall in love with yourself, and once you fall in love with what your concept is, then it's easy. It's an easy sale.
This is a good time to bring up the fact that we're going to have 3 of the loudest Kicker builds in the history of Kicker at Slamology.
I know, and I'm so excited.
And I got to tell you, these 3 gentlemen that are going to be there with their builds, they have spent way more than they are getting in product, in assistance from Kicker. And this is a big part of the secret, is that you're not getting something for nothing.
Right.
It's not free. You're spending your own hard-earned money. You're spending your time, your resources, your family time.
Absolutely.
And then Kicker's helping you. So we're not just passing out free products.
Right.
It's a partnership.
Right. And I learned a lot of that with SEMA builds in the early years of Gage. I've had 9 vehicles that have been either personally owned, company owned, or people that have had me help them to get it. And I helped get sponsorship, and I kind of came on as project managers on a few different things. And even those owners, when I tell them, I'm like, well, we're only getting a 50% discount. And they're like, well, we should get for free. Well, no, we're not giving them that type of value. We're not giving them. You're asking for $60,000 in equipment. They're willing to sell it to us for $30,000, but you still have to make it. Nothing's free. You're going to spend that in gas. You're going to spend that in travel. And in the early years, we had a few really good sponsors that would like say, hey, we're going to give you the equipment for free, and we're going to pay your gas to get here, but you got to pay for your hotel or whatever. So when in my early years of business, that was my sale, as I was selling Gage Magazine and selling that concept. And then I'm like, I can't afford to get to Vegas. How am I? I would look at my wife and go, we have to be at SEMA. We have to have a presence at SEMA. I don't know how we're going to get there. So I'd get to work, or I would tag along with another company, or do whatever I had to do to get the job done. And again, like I said, you have to marry your own concept.
Hey, it just occurred to me that I've got some pictures of these 3 builds that I just referenced.
Oh, I can't wait to see.
And
I've already seen them, so I know.
Yeah, you have.
Show them to everybody else.
Let's start with some wasted information. Hey, Ernie, can you pull up my laptop again? I've got, this is Clippo. This is the concept of the wasted information van, which he still hasn't paid me royalties, but you know, I'm slowly getting over that. So that's the concept of what it's going to look like. And then here is a shot of the seats that he had customized to put in there. And so these are the latest pictures that we have. Beautiful seats. I wonder, well, I'm sure he can tell us who wrapped those seats for him. Very, very nice. And actually, I think I saw this on Facebook today too. So this is the template. And so you're seeing the wood portion, but what you're not really seeing, well, maybe up here you can see a little bit, is the steel cage. So there's a steel cage that is then covered with the wood. And then, of course, these are the cutouts for the L7Xs. And so those are the latest pictures that we have. And that is going to be finished, right, Clippo? That's going to be finished, and that's going to be at Slamology. That's going to be set up, and that's going to be banging. So that's one of them. And then another of our good friends you're going to see there, of course, Mr. Drew with Bassaholic. Check this out. This is such a beautiful picture. In fact, Bill, is this picture in a catalog that we have? Is that one of the? Yeah. That is. Okay, so this image is in the Kicker catalog this year, so the 2024 Kicker catalog. And man, what a beautiful picture of an incredible install.
Yeah, Drew's car is that's in his Volkswagen, right?
Yes, that's the Volkswagen.
I got to sit in it at Slam last year. Just absolutely amazing.
And that's where he ripped off the hatch.
Yeah.
Actually, I should say Kicker ripped off the hatch.
Right.
So he is rebuilding, reinforcing, and preparing that for Slamology. So that's going to be there. And then third and final, we're going to have, oh, there it is, Steve Barber is going to be there. And of course, you have probably seen his Ford running around.
Yeah, I saw it at SEMA. I haven't seen it since he did the rebuild at his event.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't able to make it out to Vegas. I can only do so many trips to Vegas a year. And
I know.
It's too much.
And this one's not even in Vegas. You have to fly into Vegas, then you have to drive a little bit.
Right.
So, but I do want to point out that he won Best Voices category at his own show. Now, of course, he said, I can't win at my own show.
Right.
But it was clearly the best voices.
Right.
So he
absolutely.
had to win.
Absolutely.
So, and that's all our Street Series. So this is a Pro Series vehicle, Street Series and Solo X. And so he is also going to be showing this off at Slamology. So that's going to be a good time. 3 of the loudest Kicker builds in the history of Kicker are going to be at Slamology.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him. I mean, I've seen 2. Oh, and then you got the Bronco.
Oh, of course, yes, the Bronco. Which is...
Jeremy and I walked back earlier, man. I just stood behind that. I was like, it's a piece of art, man. And then everybody was kind of talking about each part that they put in on and how many hours are in the wiring of that.
Yes.
And it's cool because they're picking their own artwork apart. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, that's not a problem because everybody's picking your stuff apart, and then you're setting the new table of standards.
That's right.
So when they beat you at that standard, and you've seen the wiring in it, it's phenomenal. It just blows my mind.
Well, when I look at it and I think, what do we do next? What do you do after you've done that?
You said that with the almost original one.
Well, which was how many years ago?
Well, we're not as old as Gage. Let's put it that way.
A long time ago.
Right.
So yeah, that's. I don't know how we're going to top that with the next round, but I guess we got a little while to go before that. So, you had some more images we wanted to show from your.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'd like to talk about some stuff that we do have going on. You can open up. Let's see. There's one called Standout Story. I'd like to talk about a few of the acts we have coming to.
There it is.
Yep, that one there.
Got it. Okay.
So
Ernie, can you pop me up?
This is Standout Story. They're a local band out of Indianapolis, a 4-piece rock band. The lead singer is Joe Miller, and they broke up for a while, and now they kind of get back together. So our music festival is an all Indiana music festival. Nice. So for you to be, we could bring in big entertainers and throw this. It's not that kind of music festival on the live music side. It's about Indiana artists and staying true to the Indiana scene, and it's not all corn in Indiana. You know, that's kind of always been our theme. But either way, man, they've done all kinds of stuff. They did opening for Panic at the Disco. They've opened for 32nd to Mars, so they've got a pretty big thing. And then their comeback is going to be at Slamology.
Wow.
So their first public debut is going to be at Slamology, which is awesome. So I appreciate those guys being out. And I say, if you get a chance to come by the stage and check it out, I guess you're not coming to Slam this year, right?
No.
We'll send Bill Frog up there. Maybe we can put him in the frog outfit and get him to come hop across the front.
Yes, Bill.
10,000 shares. He said 6 figures or 5 figures. There we go. We didn't save money. And then the next one's going to be Trial by Fire. That's if you want to pop a picture up for those guys. They've played at Slam quite a few times. An amazing group, good times, and they'll be playing right before our award ceremony on Sunday. So they're kind of a good way to end a great weekend.
Sure.
Yeah, and everybody's going to be sunburnt, and it's going to be 100 degrees, and it's we're not going to disrupt the atmosphere and. Whatever falls out of the sky is just going to be clouds and sunny, or sunny, no clouds. So either way, those guys are great, and that's we've got like 16 acts that are going to come across the main stage. Yeah, so good stuff, and we've continued to do that. We've done that all 21 years, and we've really became kind of a local, like go-to for local bands. Like it's kind of playing at Slamology is kind of a rite of passage for them to start playing at some of the bigger venues in Indy and a lot of our guys have gone on to much larger things. So it's awesome.
I bet there are people that go to Slamology just for the bands.
Oh, absolutely.
They're not even into car audio. They're not into cars, truck. They just want the bands.
Not at all. And that's the beauty of it is we educate an entire. we educate those music people to an entirely different lifestyle that they've never seen before.
Yes.
So it works out perfect. I mean,
it's fantastic.
Yeah, and that's all still from our original business plan. The concept was there. It just kind of all puked out onto a piece of paper one night, and we stayed with it. And then we also around our main stage for the guys that haven't been. Our main stage is, it's a big pop-up stage, bannered up. It's real nice. We got the Kids Fun Zone, and then on Sunday, we do the Automotive Limbo, which is hosted by Latest Craze, which is a car club that I was in when I was 20 years old.
Wow.
And we're not the biggest and baddest car club in Indy anymore, but it's just a bunch of old guys. We still have a good time. I guess we're all old now. I shouldn't say a bunch of old guys. There's a few younger guys in the club, but we come every year. We do the limbo contest, and Dave Mattingly's kind of the president. I guess we don't really so much have a president anymore, but they hand make these custom trophies. It got a limbo bar. Oh, it's so cool.
That's cool.
It's a neat concept. And then we have a tattoo contest there as well, which is you judge your tattoo. You're not coming and getting a tattoo.
Okay.
So you bring your tattoo artwork, and it's hosted by Stillwater, a local tattoo shop. You come and bring your tattoo and show it off, and it's got different categories. There's like 12 different categories, excuse me. Yeah, and so there's like automotive art, best black and white, best color, whatever. And last year, even in the rain, we had 200 participants just for the tattoo contest. So in 21 years, that side of it's its own event inside the event. So
is that family friendly too?
That's absolutely family friendly.
That's fantastic.
So I mean, it's if you had an ink or whatever, you just say, hey, Jeremy's got some cool
yes,
tattoo.
He does.
Yeah, he's got some amazing artwork, and
and he's ripped, so he looks good topless.
He's Mr. CrossFit. I'm jealous. Him and my son, man. I think they're challenging each other to see who could be the best in shape. I don't know.
So just our few more minutes here. What other images should we pop up?
Well, go ahead and show some pictures of the awards.
Those
the ones on the left. So I guess we need to pop those up. We always strive to have like the coolest custom trophies. That's always been our thing. And we used to do metal cut ones and did some other things. Well, a few years ago, I hooked up with a local, brewery, and started doing these, growlers. And here we are. We custom print growlers every year. So we do 1 gallon for first place, and then second place is 64 ounce, and third place is 32 ounce, and they're all custom painted. Even the caps are custom printed. Excuse me. Even the caps are custom printed for that year of the show. So pretty cool. And Incriminator Audio sponsors those every year. So huge shout out to those guys. It's another one of those relationships that I call like, hey, you guys, we're in, man. We'll see you there. And they bring an amazing display too. So just more of more of those relationships have just continued to build over the years.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so that's cool. What other stuff? I say we can flip through some other pictures.
Well, I could just go through all of them. Really.
Yeah, cool. You can do that. Just kind of go one by one. That's a picture from our main stage with one of the DJs playing. So kind of gives you an idea how the feel is from the main stage. And if you look out across there, you see where the cars are at. So that's kind of where the whole Bonnaroo concept goes. And the show goes all the way down around the grandstands and then all the way around the grandstands to the left as well. So our cruise lane that goes around the show is over 1 mile long.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, no,
so much energy.
It's phenomenal. This is actually a picture of the base war lines.
Oh, wow.
Right, showing the type of participation they have. I think he had just under 100 participants last year.
That's amazing.
I can't say that number exactly, but I know it was up in that area. This is a picture of the kicker booth last year. The rig was down last year, so you guys had a big pop-up tent. And that red Mazda there, the red truck in the middle, that's actually one of the trucks that was my first project vehicle that I ever built.
What?
Right, it was on the cover of Mini Truckin' in '95. Yeah, so.
Crazy.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Oh, prizes.
We haven't talked about prizes at
all.
all,
No, prizes tonight. Yeah, because now is the time to give away prizes.
Yeah, so tonight's winners, we're giving away 3 on top of the kicker awards.
Right.
Which
First, second, and third.
First, second, and third, right. We're giving away a Slamology prize packet, which has a keychain, stickers, koozies, lanyards, earrings. We're doing earrings this year. It comes with a 20th anniversary T-shirt and a snapback hat, and comes with 2 tickets to the show. So it's kind of like a whole weekend fun package.
Yes.
So we'll merch you out and
That's
out to the
awesome.
show and have a good time with us. That's for the Base Wars guys. I guess we didn't even talk about that with Billy, which I know he's going to share to his guys as well. So if you're registering, if you pre-register for Slamology and you're going to be a Base Wars competitor and you use the Kicker24 promo code at checkout, it'll give you $10 off your cart and you save an additional $10. So you get to pre-register driver, passenger, you get vehicle, driver, passenger for $50 for a weekend.
Very nice.
Yeah, so
cheap entertainment.
I think it's amazing entertainment, and
I shouldn't say cheap.
Yeah,
inexpensive entertainment.
Inexpensive. Well, right. Well, and it's for $50. This is the front of our promotional flyers that we pass out. We pass out about 40,000 flyers, and talking about having a show and doing that.
40,000.
40,000, right.
Paper flyers.
Paper flyers.
How many trees is that? I'm just
a lot. but it's a lot of people knowing about who we are and what we do. So this actually, it opens into an 11 by 17, or excuse me, an 8.5 by 11. It opens up. It has all the details of everything in it, and then
free parking.
Yeah, on the backside of these flyers. So we hit like all the local Indiana car shows. Like on a Saturday, we have a street team that goes out of like 6 different people, and they do nothing but drown these car shows with all these flyers. And hey, you can come as a participant, you come as a spectator. We give free spectator tickets, parking tickets. If you bring your flyer, you just kind of flash it, and you get it saves you $5.
Man,
right. So it's cool. It's a way to come out and check it out, and if nothing else, it helps get everybody's logo out a little bit more. Kind of an idea of how we're open to everything. We have lowriders, hot rods, mini trucks, 4x4s, a little bit of everything.
Silliness.
So, yeah, no, for sure. Just a really cool Chevy dually on bags, just kind of give you an idea of the feel of the type of vehicles we have. When I talk about the best trophies ever,
that's the belt.
the belt, right? So different than what Bagger Nationals does. So Trent Van Arsdale, and I don't know if you know Trent or not.
I don't.
You guys do a lot of SEMA builds with Trent.
Sure.
He's an upholstery guy, one of the best upholstery guys on the planet. He's been a good personal friend of mine. He did my original truck back in the day, and we've been best of buddies ever since. Well, he does. He came up with the concept. Actually, I think 20 years ago. I think one year we didn't give away the belt, and he said, "Man, I'm going to build you a full custom belt." And if you look at that belt, it's all sheet metal cut, and it's all CNC machine gauge that's on the front of it, and it's all different custom upholstery all the way through. And then the backside, he's always got something crazy in it. And then the trophies in the back, that's from the 19th annual. That's actually the black ones. So TR Manufacturing, a company that we work with, their machine shop in Indianapolis, they make those for us. Or excuse me, they're not in Indianapolis, they're in Fort Wayne. They make those for us, and they're amazing. We anodize them, and And they weigh, I don't know, 8 or 9 pounds a piece. They're cool, and they're LED lit. So at night you can
Very nice.
plug them in. They're all LED lit. So just something that that showed to us to give back to the participants. Just another example of a really cool truck. That's actually John, our title sponsor from Sky High. That's his dad's truck. He built that truck and gave it to his dad for his birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, which is phenomenal. And all the guys at his shop built it. So yeah, good stuff, man. Like I said, that's another thing. Relationships. We're just surrounded by great people. There's some free tickets for the giveaway that prize packet that'll be given away.
That's for tonight. Yeah,
yep.
Tonight's giveaway. Okay. We talked about those guys.
Yeah, talked about those guys and. There's a sneak peek of the T-shirt. Now we haven't added the colors or anything yet. Like I think I told you earlier, that literally hit my desk this morning. I was sitting in the room. I've been like, please, I need this artwork. I need this artwork. My T-shirt guy has been screaming at me like, I've got to print these. We print 3,000 show shirts.
Wow.
And we sell out every year.
Yeah.
I mean, we're sold out. And then last year, since it was our 20th anniversary, I went ahead and did a reorder, and we sell them on the website. And you can we still have a few limited sizes left, but we have some sizes you can still get at the 20th anniversary. But
4X and extra small.
Yeah.
I get that.
The 5Xs sell out fast. No, I think we have a little bit of each inventory in stock. But either way, they're just one of those things that we don't normally, when they're gone, and we've always stayed with that. But last year being the 20th, and we had so many people it hurts my soul when I'm at the award ceremony and people come up and they thank us and they say, hey, it's nice meeting you, and they're like, I didn't get a shirt.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean you didn't? Well, you guys are sold out. I'm like, all right, it's our 20th.
I'm so sorry.
Right, it's like, I'm sorry. And they're like, the line was around the building, and we start selling shirts on Friday. So when guys pre-register, you can come on Friday and pick your credentials up and buy your shirts then. Yeah. So we try to do as best we can to get them in everybody's hands, but sometimes it just doesn't always work.
Do what you can do.
Yeah. One of these days, they'll be worth a bunch of money on eBay.
After we're dead, probably.
Right, yeah. I say I'll be famous when I'm dead.
Well, Donnie, it has been a lot of fun.
Oh, it has. I thank you for letting me be here and the opportunity. And it is so hot in here, man. They need to turn those fans back on. They don't understand what's going on. It's 105 degrees in here, and I am pouring sweat.
The chiller is down. It'll be fixed tomorrow, just in time for you to go home.
Yeah, right. I got to be at the airport at 5:30 in the morning. So.
Are you flying out of Stillwater?
Yeah, I'm flying out of Stillwater. So as long as the storm stays away, I'll be okay.
It's a breeze.
I guess I'm getting on a little bitty plane.
It's got it's got jet engines.
Oh, it does? Oh, I feel so much better now.
Yeah, no, it's a great airport.
Just a quick jump to Dallas, and then I'll be home in Indy tomorrow afternoon to get back to the grind.
Get back to work.
Yeah, get back to grind nonstop until June 8th and 9th. So, yeah, it's...
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, we have questions. Wait, before I let you go, another couple of minutes. We have questions. I'm sorry, audience. So how many people attend Slam last year?
So I didn't write that down, but off the top of my head, we had like 2,600 participants.
Wow.
Right, which is good, and it's a pretty good break between car show participants and car audio participants.
Sure.
So say 1,300 apiece. I mean, it's almost a 50-50 split. And then we had rain all day Sunday. Oh, I said the R word.
Do over. 5-second delay. Do over.
Rewind. We had bad weather on Sunday last year, so it really hurt our attendance, but we still had like 18,000 people come through the gate on Saturday. Yeah, so Saturday was gorgeous. I mean, Saturday was picture perfect weather, and there was 0% chance of
anything.
Yeah, there was 0% chance all weekend, and then I think once you get to Slam and you feel like, I mean, there's thousands of subwoofers and cars. I mean, like every car, and people are standing in line. It's like being at a carnival. You know, everybody wants to hear everybody's system.
Yes.
It does something to the atmosphere, man. It makes it happen, because as the audio has continued to grow, so is the participation. I'm trying not to say the R word. So.
Well, you know, DARPA has contacted us about making it rain.
Yeah, right. I have the recipe, man. We should probably trademark this now.
Next question, please. What do we got here? When are the L7Q class coming back? Oh, that's a fantastic question. I can't answer that tonight, but I can tell you that we have a team of engineers that are working on all kinds of new ideas, and even taking some old ideas and making them new and fresh again. So thank you for the question, but I can't give you a definitive answer tonight. Any other questions for Donnie? Or shall I let Donnie go to bed so he can get up early? When is Kicker going to make a car stereo unit? Donnie, you have any ideas when we're going to make a car stereo unit?
Don't you already have it?
So
go to kicker.com.
We make marine source units, but not a specific car radio. So we don't compete with Alpine, Kenwood, Sony, Pioneer, JVC. So we have no plans to make a car radio per se, but we do have marine source units and of course power sports source units.
I see your marine source stuff, and I mean golf carts, side by side. I mean, everywhere I go, I'm like, oh, look at that. That's smart.
And cars too.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, we do. John Myers works with a lot of builders, and he uses the KMC5 in a lot of those.
Right. Oh, and that's the perfect unit. That's,
yes.
Yeah, it is. And that's like I said, I see them everywhere, especially around Slam. You kind of walk through, and it's like, okay, yeah, like well, and what else do you need outside of that Bluetooth connection? You know what I mean? You guys have everything already put into one package. You're just not fitting that old school den. So for the older guys or the newer guys, I guess it doesn't make much sense anyway.
Well, in any car you bought in the last 10 years, it doesn't have a DIN radio anyway.
Right, no,
so
right. So, yeah.
Those days are over.
Right. So.
All right, well, Donnie, I'm going to let you go so I can finish up the show.
Yeah, no,
you know what? Let's hug it out.
Oh,
let's
hug it out. I like it. Thank you guys
for having me. Good having you here, man.
Oh,
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. I appreciate it. And it means more to me than you know. And we'll be here again next year in May to do the same thing.
You're a great
Hopefully
guest.
I can bring some more people with me.
And some air conditioning.
Oh. I apologize. I mean, look at my seat is soaking wet.
You have to clean it up.
Yeah, it is. I am soaked. And it's not nerves. This is my third time. It might be this kicker coffee. I haven't got to talk a lot about the coffee tonight. So.
You mean the crack cocaine?
I didn't say that. You did. Hey, thank you for having me.
Good night, Donnie.
Yeah, nice seeing everybody. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Donnie Babb, no S. So, what a fantastic guest. All right, so we have a few more things to cover. I know, folks, it is getting late. Thank you for sticking around. We've been having such a great time. But I do want to talk about a couple of things that have been going on here. So, in the house, we had a Skills USA competition here in Stillwater. As you may recall, Jacob and I were talking about it on the last show. And that contest happened. And then shortly thereafter, some folks from Joplin, Missouri, which is about 3 hours or so from here, 3.5 hours, they brought all of their students from the automotive program here to Stillwater to show off Kicker. So those students were competing in Skills USA over there, but they brought their students here 6 hours round trip to check out Kicker. And so I just wanted to show you a couple of pictures of them coming to our event, or to our facility here. Whoops, I'm flustered, having too much fun. But I want to show you, and hopefully some of these young men and women are watching. And Ernie, if you could pull this, oh, thank you, Ernie. So this is right here in the Unmasked studio, of course, and Ernie gave them a demonstration of the Unmasked studio audio system. And it's not done yet, but it is unbelievable. And it has 4 Solo X18s, the original Solo X18s. And I think Ernie said he's got, what Ernie got, 4,000 watts on them? Is that right? 8,000 watts on those 418s. And then we've got, if you can see up here, these are a couple of Pro Sound speakers with another couple thousand watts on them. And I'm talking about goosebumps. Like, yeah, we hear a lot of loud systems, of course. We do that every day. But to hear a system in this huge space that can move air is unbelievable. And so we had a great time showing off to these young men and women. Here's the opposite angle. I was standing at the other end there. And of course, Ernie knows what to play. There's Ernie standing there. He's queuing up the tracks. And of course, it was music that none of these kids had heard before because it was recorded before they were born. But it was fantastic demonstration. So I just wanted to share that with you. We have a really good time doing tours with folks. And if you want to have a Kicker tour, let us know in advance. Bring 10 or 12 of your friends, and we'll set up a fantastic experience for you. Just give us a lot of notice, please. Something else I wanted to talk about real quick is John Myers. We talked about John a little bit earlier. John is actually working on a project that I want you to see here. Ernie, can you pull this up? So John is working on a demo audio tower system. What you're looking at is the 3 of the left towers. There's also going to be a right tower, a stereo pair basically. But what he's doing is he's putting in our KSS 269 component system, which is a 6x9 woofer and a 2 3/4 inch mid-range. And these are OE replacements for any pickup or car that has a 6x9 in the door and a 2 3/4 in the dash. And so he's building these towers, and down here, these are actually upside down, but down here we're going to have a KMC3 radio, and that is going to be the audio source. And then we're going to have a Key 204 amplifier to power these up in biamp mode. And here's another picture of them just painted. And this is going to be a demonstration that we can do for our dealer trainings. So we can show you what these speakers sound like, and we can do the on-off AB DSP comparison using the Key 204's DSP built in. It is a fantastic demo system he's working on. And when it's all done and ready, we're actually going to bring a set here in the studio, and we're going to play them for you. And so you can kind of have an experience of what we often do in our trainings. Check your email, foo. Foo? Foo, okay. So the guy who runs his mouth is telling me to check my email. Okay, so we'll do fails first, Ernie? All right. So Ernie sends these to me in an email, but he sends them not as an attachment, an inline image. Okay, so go ahead and pull up my laptop. So hopefully you can see, if I can make this a little bit bigger, there we go. You can see this fail image here. So it looks like this novice installer has wrapped some lamp cable around the torsion bar that keeps the trunk open when you open the trunk. And then, oh yes, of course, we have our favorite electrical wiring here, the twisties. And then down here's the fuse. It looks like the fuse is already melted a little bit. So yeah, that's not what you want to be doing in your installation there. Next up, oh yeah, this is a winner. So two 30-amp fuses fused together and then soldered directly to the power wire. So yeah, it probably works, but it's just not a good idea. Oh, better? Okay, so Ernie says, Aaron, get, oh, wow, wait a minute. Okay, so 60 in parallel with, so this is a 120 amp fuse at this point? Yeah, I'm going to have to triple check my math. So, okay, so that's what not to do. Oh my God. Oh, whew, I need a cough button because this is hysterical.
That's exactly how we work on the Bronco.
That is not how we work on the Bronco. There is just so much wrong with that picture. Thank you, Ernie, for these pictures. That's some good stuff right there. Wow. All right, and then we've got some cool pics. All right, Ernie, cool pics. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. I saw this on Facebook. So Kicker Club, that's why I saw them. So these are on Kicker Club. Of course, that's our Solo X12s. I think those are 12s, right? It's hard to tell, but I think they are 12s. Beautiful enclosure. Very, very nice stuff there. Next one. Oh, look at that. Wow. So this is under a tonneau cover and a pickup. So this must be a blow-through. That's got to be a blow-through. Wow, I like how they lit that up. Nicely done, guys. And what is this? Racing. Nice. Oh, this is another shot of the same pickup with the blow-through. Wow. I wonder how they got the logo. I wonder if they contacted us and we sent them the logo. That makes it so much easier when we give you the logo. Very nice. Thank you, Ernie. Appreciate those pictures. And these are all on Kicker Club images. Very nice. All right. I think we have done cool pics, fail pics. Oh, some events. So we just came off of back-to-back events in Lake Havasu, Arizona. First, we had Super Cat Fest, which is cat is for catamaran. So it's a catamaran boat show, and Jacob Lucky was up there along with Tracy Foch, the sales manager for that territory. And those guys worked that show. And then Carlos Jimenez flip-flopped with Jacob. He went out there and they did the Desert Storm event, which is a huge event. I think we've done Desert Storm for what, 8 years now? Is that right, Jeremy? 8 years? something like 8 years. And Super Cat Fest, this is our 3rd year doing that event. So back-to-back events. I think Tracy Focht should just probably buy himself a place out there because that guy's there a lot. But what a fantastic place to have an event. In addition, next week we have what we call Kicker U in-house dealer training. So we're bringing in 23 of our top retail partners from around the United States. They're coming here to Kicker, and they're going to have an intensive 2-day training session. We give them a full facility tour. They get to meet all the department heads, go through R&D, go through the installation shop, go through sales and marketing, pretty much everything. They meet everybody they talk to on a regular basis throughout the facility. And then, of course, we sit them down and we just go deep dive in amps, speakers, technology, integration, all things Kicker. And so when they leave here, they know more than they ever thought possible about Kicker, not just the products, but also the culture. Because one of the most important things that Kicker offers is an incredible company culture. And so we obviously, we like to take that to our retail partners. And one of the best ways to do that is to bring them here and have an intense 2-day event with them. So 23 of those folks are going to be here next week. And there's a good chance some of them are watching tonight. So we look forward to seeing you guys next week. So that's coming up. Of course, we have American Flat Track races going on all spring and summer, and the Kicker Monster Truck events. I actually went to one of the first Kicker Monster Truck events in Denver, Colorado, maybe 5 or 6 years ago now. What an amazing event. If you've never been to a monster truck event and you're curious, wow, it's incredible. Those guys and girls that drive those trucks have so much energy. They drive those trucks like they're go-karts. Some of the stuff they do, unbelievable. Nicole Johnson, you probably saw her on our show here a couple of times. She used to drive for Monster Jam, and she drove Scooby-Doo. She drove the Scooby-Doo truck. And what an incredible lady driving an incredible truck. So those are great events. You should check those out if they're in your area. So that's what's coming up. Let's do some prizes. We got some stuff to give away. Bill, are you ready? Do we have some winners? And again, 3rd place winner tonight is going to get the Slamology pack. You're going to get those 2 tickets, the hat, the t-shirt, the koozie, all that great stuff. In addition, you're going to get the Kicker 3rd place prize, which is the EB400 earbuds, the koozie, and the t-shirt. So who's our number 3 winner tonight? Drum roll, Anthony O from California. Congratulations, Anthony O. You are the 3rd place winner. You got a Slamology gift pack, as well as the Kicker prizes. Number 2 prize winner, also the Slamology pack. And of course, you get the TW2. That's our in-ear monitors. Those are the true wireless. The t-shirt, the koozies. The number 2 winner tonight is Mark P. from Texas. Congratulations, Mark P. from Texas. You're the 2nd place winner. 1st place winner, you also get the Slamology pack, and of course you get the Kicker BF100, the Bullfrog, which is our Bluetooth waterproof floating speaker, and of course the t-shirt and the koozie. Number 1 winner, who is it tonight? Jason C. from Texas. Congratulations, Jason C. You're the 1st place winner. All 3 winners, give us your information. We're going to get those prizes out to you, and hopefully we'll see you at Slamology. So be sure to wear your t-shirt. We want to see you wear your Kicker t-shirt on day 1 and your Slamology t-shirt on day 2 at the show. Come by the booth. Why are you sneaking up on me? What are you doing? Oh, okay. It's weird when he's working up on me. So you are the winners. So tonight, Andy is on here with us tonight, right? Andy, you're doing a live after show, so be sure to hang out and spend some time with Andy tonight. I'm sure he's got a lot to talk about. It's been a great show. And Andy, oh, thank you. Andy is going to be live at Slamology, so stop by our booth, talk to Andy, and perhaps become a part of the show live at Slamology. That'll be a good time. So hang out with Andy tonight. Be sure to join Kicker Club on Facebook and hit the subscribe and the like buttons so you get all the updates. The next Unmasked show is going to be next 2 Tuesdays, May 14th. So that's May 14th Unmasked, and that'll be our next live show. And other than that, I think we are done. Thanks for sticking around. It's been a great evening. We appreciate your time and your attendance, and we'll see you the next Unmasked.